Travel with me across the sea, over the mountains, wild and free, dancing through cities, chasing the breeze. Come on, travel with me. Travel with me, where dreams run deep, over the rivers, across the fields, laughing with stars in a sky so sweet. Come on, travel with me.
Hello, adventurers. Thank you for joining my adventure today. My name is Tong Vu, and today my view is about agent visual inspection report. First of all, I want to apologize for that video that I put out. It's really distracting because you're really thinking that you go on an adventure. But today's adventure is not about going fishing. It is actually about doing an agent visual inspection report. Now, as you all may well know, by trade, I am a realtor working for Remax Gold here in Elk Grove. Today, my job is to do a home inspections. Agent visual inspection report. Okay, totally different from an actual home inspection. Okay, so get that correct. As realtors, we're not licensed home inspectors, nor are we licensed pest inspectors. We're also not licensed to do appraisals as well. We can do PPO, which is base price opinion basis, but we're not licensed to do appraised value. Okay, so that's the difference. Agent visual inspection report is basically a visual inspections of the property. Now, a lot of times sellers do get a little bit offended if I'm actually representing the sellers, because why? Because sometimes agents feel that this report can be used against them and would be a disadvantage to the sellers, because buyer can take advantage of all of the detrimental issues that are put on this report to force the sellers to make concessions to make the repairs. Now, the idea of an agent visual inspection report is not to force sellers to make repairs, because remember, we're not licensed, so therefore the sellers can refuse. The idea of an agent visual inspection report is basically to report anything that are existing, any conditions, any issues, any repairs, or anything that's broken inside the homes that are in existence. Okay, both agents, both sellers and both buyers agents have to write this report. Okay, and let me tell you the reason why it is important. Let me tell you a little story. Now, a few years back, about 5 years ago, I was a listing agent representing the seller. And of course, I always do and am very prompt about doing agent visual inspection report. I would go into the house and I do what I'm doing right now, writing down everything that's wrong with the property. Now, I'm not talking about tall green grass or bad landscape, bad curb appeals. I'm talking about maybe like dry rot, visible dry rot that can be visibly seen, cracked driveway. You're talking about broken window, blinds, scuff marks on the door, scuff marks on the wall, soiled carpet, anything that can be a cause of an issue to the property. Okay, these are existing issues. All right, I cannot predict that what the home inspector always do is they predict that if you don't make these repairs, the issue is going to get big and it's going to cause a problem to the home. No, I cannot do that. I only write down what is in existence. Okay, so anyway, I did all the write down all the issues on the property. As we go to close, the buyers were doing their final walkthrough and they noticed that there was 3 windows that were broken. And this is just right before closing, because usually a final walkthrough is done 5 days prior to closing. And that will give them enough time for the sellers to react to any repairs or last minute repairs that's needed. But in this case, the items were already existing conditions that and that the fact that the seller or the buyers never asked for those repairs, and they were made aware that these conditions were existing. And so, therefore, when they made that last minute request, the seller denied it. The seller will not be able to honor that request. The unfortunate thing is because they have removed all the inspection contingencies, appraisals, and loan contingencies, the buyers has no alternative choice but to go through the entire closing the whole entire deal. Who knows what happened on the buyers and agent side? I don't know if the buyers were made aware of the existing conditions of those windows or not. Now, I totally understand why it would have been missed, because when we send out the disclosures, and usually as a buyer, they just basically skim down the whole entire report and just acknowledge that they receive it. Sometimes they don't even bother looking at what are the issues or existing issues in the home. And that is the biggest problem, the biggest issues that the buyers find themselves in towards the very end. So here I am a buyer's agent. Okay, I don't know what the seller's agents are doing on their side, but I'm the buyer's agent representing on this side. So what I'm doing is I'm writing down everything that is basically broken, that are in existence. Now this is not to not only protect my buyers but also protect the sellers, because towards the very end, the seller and me, we are gonna the seller's agent, and me, we're gonna compare the report in case there were any issues that may arise. Now, it could also be like where there are issues that we might have missed. So in this case, I have a home inspector with me. Usually I don't go when the home inspector's there, but the home inspector's there. He's showing me of all the issues that are existing. Like, of course, the springs on the doors are broken, and there were black stain that looked like fungus, but may not be necessarily a fungus or mold issue. Now, he did say it was a probability it's a mold issue. Now, home inspectors are not licensed mold inspectors, so that has to be done by mold inspectors, and it costs more money too to hire mold inspectors. But anyway, long story short, agent visual inspections is to help both sellers and buyers as a to facilitate a smooth transactions and to keep both sides honest about the existing conditions of the property. This again, the buyers cannot use the agent visual inspection report, and it's just like some people said, why should I have a buyer home inspection report when a buyer's the agent's already doing the inspection? Like I said again, we're not licensed home inspectors, and what we write down on the agent visual inspection report cannot be used or force the sellers to make concessions or repairs. However, the home inspectors and the pest inspectors can. Okay, they could, those report can be used to justify for a seller to give concessions, such as get credit towards closing costs. The sellers can make the repairs or towards a price reduction. Okay, so those are the three options and the choices that the sellers again can make. Now, can the seller just flat out deny it? Yes, they could flat out deny the repairs, and that is some of the things that the sellers has the options to do. What the sellers cannot do is an appraisal report. Now, on the appraisal report, it is totally different, because the bank will not close the loan or approve the loan unless whatever conditions that's on the appraisal report that requires the sellers to make the repairs are done. Whether those repairs are done by the sellers or the buyers, it has to be done. So technically, the appraiser is the only one that has the power to force the seller or the buyers to make repairs. Okay? Anyway, I'm almost done with the whole entire home inspection. And I know that I talked too much and you probably missed out. Now I'm just walking through, making sure the lights turns on. And even if the lights doesn't turn on, I cannot predict and say, hey, it's the faulty wiring of the electrical issues. I would just put the light switch doesn't turn on the light, and that's all I could put down. I cannot put anything more than that. Okay. Now, agent visual inspection report, we're expected to do the inspection of the whole entire house. I know that some agents just copy off other agents' work and they just put that, whatever they put down as part of an issue. It shouldn't be done that way. Each agent, individual agent representing each client has to do their own report. They have to take the effort to go in and actually write down what is wrong. See, so as you can see, I'm actually looking at the bathtub and I'm looking at there are peeling paint, there are space between the grout and grout stains, and I actually write that down. Now, of course, if a home inspector sees that, they could say there's a potential cause for leak. I can't say that because I don't know. I'm not licensed to know that. And then on these report, I will actually go in there to each room and look at what's wrong in each room. Is there soiled carpet? I will write that down. I wouldn't describe the whole entire room. I know that in some agent visual inspection report, agent actually describe how each room looks. That's not the whole entire purpose of the agent visual inspection report. It is basically, I'm just writing down what I find that can be visually seen that are in existing conditions of the property. So that's my view on agent visual inspection report. I hope that you guys enjoyed this small segment of what I do as a realtor behind closed doors, behind the scene in the buying and selling process in real estate. Now, if you have any questions whatsoever or scenarios that you would like for me to answer, feel free to just email me, message me, or just comment below and I'll try to answer the best I can. Again, my name is Tong Vu, and thank you for tuning in to my YouTube channel, Tong's View. I'm a realtor with Remax Gold and has been in business for more than 25 years. If you're looking for an experienced realtor, are looking to buy in the Sacramento County, Yolo County, or Yuba County area, feel free to reach out. I'll be more than happy to help you. Again, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe and help support my channel.
Goodbye.